Hello, this is Cassie B, and this is the Whatever It Takes podcast. Yeah, if it's a little noisy today, I apologize. My dogs don't really want to sit down today. There's one sitting on my lap, and I'm sure another one is gonna be running in the room in a little while. And also, today I actually made a call to one of the driving schools that I was trying to attend. I had to, leave a message saying that, I would like a refund because, I don't know, it just didn't seem like it's been 4 months since I scheduled the appointment. And they just couldn't find me a lesson, and no one called for a long time. So I thought, I no longer really want to be working with people who, aren't really acting professional. And I think that's okay to feel that way. So, first off, if you know any good driving schools, let me know. Today is a pretty good day. And yesterday, I was just suffering from a lot of allergy symptoms. I get allergies when it gets cold and in the fall, and I had a really big headache, so I didn't really push myself to do more because I really wanted to make sure the symptoms would go away and I would get better. Because if you push yourself too hard, sometimes it will just make allergies or cold or whatever you have worse. So I do feel better today, and that's good. I am going to be focusing on the stuff I didn't really get to do yesterday. And some of that is really cleaning and tidying up my room and sending out my Christmas cards. Every year I make personalized Christmas cards with my dogs, and it's just a lot of fun to give people cards for Christmas. I'm really excited for a lot of things that are gonna be coming up. Yeah, I went to a church yesterday, and it was so cute. Don't growl, dog, sorry about that. They were having their Christmas pageant, and that's where all the kids dress up as angels and shepherds and Mary and Joseph, and there was a 6-month-old baby there, and it was very, very nice. Yeah, a few days ago I said I was finally getting into the holiday spirit, and I finally felt like it was Christmas time, and I'm really feeling like that. I have a lot going on in my life, but it's nice to have fun things to look forward to. Yeah, I have most of what I have to do to prepare for Christmas done. And now it's just I'm starting a new part-time job as I continue to look for a full-time job. And I'm very excited for that, and I hope to be doing a lot more work with children. That's kind of the area I want to go into. I'm going to be going to school in the fall or sooner to become an elementary school teacher. I really love kids, and I love the idea of becoming a teacher because I think that it's so important to continue to learn yourself, and the best way to know if you're learning something is to be able to teach it to somebody else. And I think that would be cool. I think I think a good teacher is filled with a lot of like self-discipline and self-control, because you're working with children, or, well, in my case, I'd be working with children, and you really have to talk to children kind of in a way that makes them know that you are hearing what they are saying, and you can't get mad at a child. You can't. Yeah, you just have to have a lot of self-control and a lot of patience, I guess. Yeah, patience definitely when you're working with children. But children are so good. And when they're at that age, they're learning so many new things for the first time. Yeah. And I know a lot of very nice teachers, and, it's really, I feel like it would be a good profession for me at this point in my life. And I really feel like I could go to school for that and continue to be interested in it. Because school is quite a long period of time for your, I think, bachelor's, like 4 years. And then if you want to go into even higher education, it'd be a lot more. Woof, 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 woof. Yeah, I'm not quite sure if we are. Sorry, I had to pause it. I think we're starting where I left off. It's so confusing learning something. My dogs were barking a lot, and usually I can keep them from doing that, but that's hard sometimes. So, yeah, I'm really interested in becoming a teacher and being able to do 4 years of college. I would most likely do it online, because that would work best for me, just because with the responsibilities I have in my life, I wouldn't be really able to go and leave and go to I wouldn't be able to dorm, and I wouldn't be able to always go to classes. So I'm fine with that. And I think it would be best for me to be able to continue to work and do school. That'd be like my second job, doing it when I have the time after work and on my free time. It will be a lot to juggle, but I think I can do it really well if I go slowly at first and then start to do more and more. And then I definitely want to continue doing other types of education, like going to programs and courses at community college, and yeah, really doing some fun things, doing some fun certifications, and I like those type of things. It's really good, and hopefully someday, I don't see it in my life right now, but I'd like to go back into like culinary and working in that field. I've done quite a few things for that, and yeah, I don't really want to stop. It just wasn't a feasible option right now in my life, there's times when you'll really like something, you'll really like doing something, but it's not really the thing you're really inspired to do. And sometimes you'll still have to do it. But for me, I was working a lot, and it just didn't click. And I was actually trying to go into that field again, but I kept interviewing and training, and everything just pointed to it wasn't the right time for that. But I love culinary. I love being like I prep cook and things like that. And hopefully I can find a job like that. Maybe even part-time or something once I can make sure my time is managed well between working and school and everything. But yeah, I'm really doing pretty well. I have my moments where I'm like, I don't know. I feel completely relaxed, and I take a lot of notice to that because that has seldom happened in my life a lot. I was never relaxed before. There was always something that I had to do, always something that I had to make sure of, always something. Yeah, a lot of responsibilities. But now I still have those responsibilities, but with, things that I implement into my life that people have taught me, like my therapist and myself, like yoga, and just being mindful a little bit has really helped me to have some moments where I'm very calm, and it's like I notice it so much. So, yeah, I'm gonna try to be proactive with this podcast too. I know a lot of people like to listen to things on Spotify and stuff, and I will try to get it on there. And like Apple, whatever. Yeah, whatever the websites are, I will try to do that over the holiday season because I think I want that too. Sometimes it's just kind of hard learning something new, but once I get it, I will get it, and I'll be able to do it like this. Like, yeah, I actually really like doing this podcast every day. I didn't know if it would have been something I could do every day, but once I'm doing it, I'm kind of like, I don't even want to stop when December ends, so I'm not going to. It's going to be a mostly everyday thing. I know that there'll be days I can't do it, and there'll be days where I am tired or I just forget, and that's totally fine because it's more something for me than anyone else. It's really nice. It's like writing in your journal a little bit. You're able to tell somebody about stuff that is happening. You're able to kind of think of new ideas for yourself and kind of ground yourself. Kind of remember things that happened during your day and things that you might have not done the best, and kind of, use that as a stepping stone to remember and to ingrain them into your life, which is really great. I've been doing a little art. I haven't done my crafts in a few days, maybe 3 or 4 days. And yeah, I want to get back to that. And finish the ones I have for Christmas. I'm totally sure I can finish them by Christmas, but I gotta get a move on. Because time always goes quicker than we think it's gonna, and things pile up, We might think, oh, we have plenty of time, and then something unexpected happens, and we end up having no more time. But I'm really happy, with how things are going. I'm really happy. I really want to do maybe next summer or something. I really want to do like canoeing and outdoor activities. I've been thinking about that. And I also, this is a different topic, but I want to be able to like work out more and exercise more, because when I did some babysitting recently, and after I babysitted, the next day, like, my bones hurt, because I played a lot of like kind of running around games with the girls, and they were so well behaved, but I realized I'm getting older. My bones hurt a lot. I think my bones have always hurt, but I need to do things to like toughen up a little bit, you know? So I would like that. Like maybe a warm-up routine and then some sort of strength exercise. So much fun. Yeah, other than that, I really hope to be able to get a lot done today. I'm probably not gonna get everything I want to get done, but I'm feeling a lot better, and I can definitely get something off my list. Yeah, I'm gonna send my cards out either today or tomorrow or sometime soon. And I wonder if they'll get to anyone before Christmas. If not, it's gonna be a nice after Christmas surprise. I'm excited about that. I also, while I was cleaning yesterday, I found one of my old SD cards with a lot of my photography on it. And I don't know, I'm just gonna try to do a project with some of those things. I really like it. I really like having a photo I took as the picture on my podcast, because I try to find one that feels to me like it relates to what we're talking about. Maybe just like, even just in like the color in the photo makes me think of this feeling. And yeah, that is so fun. I also want to try to make maybe, I don't know, like, I want to make them more interesting too. Right now it's just one photo, and that is really good for not knowing how to do anything. But I want to maybe have a collage, or I don't know, like a slideshow or something that has to do with what I'm talking about. I'm just excited to learn. I see so many cool. It's like when you're learning something new, videos that you might have seen before start to look so cool, because now you kind of know how to do it too. You know, something or rather, you can relate a little more, and you're like, that's so cool that they can do that. Maybe I can learn to do that. I learned how to do this, you know? Yeah, just feels really good. Feels really nice. I think I'm going to do some knitting. Today I did mostly crochet for my Christmas gifts, because I feel like it's a little easier, and I think either crochet or knitting, you can kind of do it mindlessly once you get into it, but I think knitting takes a little longer, and I didn't have much time to make my gifts, even so I thought I would do crochet because that seemed a little easier just for me. Yeah, I'm excited to give out my Christmas cards. There's a lot of them that I can give out by hand, but there's also a lot of them that I am going to send out. So I have to, it's sometimes annoying, but I have to write down, the addresses and my address and the person's name, and it's totally fine. By like the third card, I'm gonna be like a pro. I'm gonna be like, this person, this. And it's just worth it. It's always worth it to, do something that you feel like could make people a little happier. I'm always happy getting cards. Yeah. And a lot of cleaning. I'm looking around my room right now. I'm sitting in my room and I'm like, where do I start? Because I guess it's my goal. Halfway through the new year, I want my area to be very organized. Like, from now to the new year, I'm going to work to make my area feel like a home, but also to be extremely organized so that I can, once I'm done with this thing, I can put it in this box and I always know where things go so I don't end up living in a mess and making a mess, because I can easily do that. I'm looking at my mess right now, but it will be so good. Oh, I'm so excited. This is totally far away, and this is totally kind of off topic and far away. Like, I can't wait until next spring to start my garden. Where I'm living now has a little backyard, and I got permission to do a garden next year. So I am very excited to grow vegetables, because if I grow them, I'm more likely to eat them. When I go to the store, I usually get like one bag of fruit or one bunch of fruit, and then I get 1 or 2 vegetables for the week. But I know that it's always good to have more vegetables in your diet, and I want to do that, but I would probably be more willing to eat them and more willing to not let them go to waste if I'm doing all that work to grow them. And I just think it's amazing. Like, farmers and people can grow things, and very vague. I'm being very vague, but that's how I feel. I'm really excited, and sometimes you remember those things that you plan to do, but you plan them so far in advance that you're like, oh yeah, I want to do that, and you become excited. And I'm really excited. I'm really looking forward to what's coming next. I'm not anxious. I'm anxious sometimes, but I'm doing everything I can do to live a good life. That's kind of the theme of this podcast. Like, whatever it takes, I'll do whatever it takes to live a good life and not to be worried so much, and to be able to be relaxed and calm and, feel secure in life. And it's exciting. Yeah, I'm really working on my crafts, and hopefully someday I can, that's one of my dreams. Someday I want to do a craft sale, like they have craft sales at churches and at town halls and at like farmers markets and stuff. And I think I could do it, maybe once a year do a craft sale somewhere. And that's such a good thing for meeting people too. Don't get me started on how much I enjoy meeting new people. Oh my gosh. There's so many good people in the world who are just as you are, trying to just get through life as unscathed as possible. They are too, and a lot of the time they'll have good advice for you when you meet new people and get to know them better. So, and I always feel like Christmas time is such a nice time to reconnect, to send people who you haven't talked to in a long time, text messages or through Facebook. Yeah, a message and be like, hey, I know we haven't talked in a long time, but I am thinking of you, and I hope you have a Merry Christmas. That's something I'll try to do today. Sometimes, though, I think we all get a little nervous. Or we something that I do, not a lot anymore, or a lot right now, but I did do a lot. I would catastrophize. I would be like, here's a really good example, a really funny example. Like, I was walking to my apartment, and I noticed my neighbor left their keys, which has their wallet attached, in their door. The keys were in the door with the wallet. And the only thing I had to do was to, knock on the door and say, oh, man, your wallet's here. And just let them know, bye. I stood there for, a minute, being like, what if they get mad at me for telling them their keys are here? What if they think I've stolen from them? What if, oh my gosh, what will happen? So I went back into my apartment. I kept thinking like this for 5 minutes because I know deep inside nothing's going to happen. I'm going to be like, your keys are in the door. And they're going to be like, oh, thanks. And yeah, so eventually I mustered up the courage that I shouldn't need to muster up because this is a simple thing, but as human beings, we are so prone to fear, to fight or flight and catastrophizing because we want to be safe, and when we don't feel safe, we're like, yeah, it's very weird. So eventually I just I knock on the door and I say, oh, sorry, you left your keys in the door. And they're like, oh, thank you. And then I go home and we never talk again, It's like with things like that, I'm proud of myself for always seemingly doing the right thing, saying, oh, you left your keys. Or if I see someone struggling with things they're carrying, I'll be like, oh, can I help you with that? Even though I feel that sense of what's gonna happen sometimes. I don't feel that anymore. I don't really, twist my thoughts like that anymore, but it's so easy to do that and to kind of know you're doing it, but not really. So that's why it's important to kind of continue to learn about different things like that. So if you see them in yourself, you can be like, people call it by this name. This has a thing, and it's something that people go through, but it's also something you can kind of fix on your own. That's how I feel about the problems I'm having. And it's kind of funny looking back on things like that, being like, why was I so afraid? It's because I was in a situation where I had to feel anxiety. I felt like I had to feel it to kind of get out of that situation. So those are the things I have talked about today. And yeah. Sometimes when it comes to this podcast, I don't want to stop because I'm having fun talking, but also I think it's good if there's a limit. When you stop something, when it becomes fun, you want to go back to it. I heard that about studying. Stop studying when you get to a good part or when you're understanding, and when you start again, it will be a lot easier. Yeah, so that's the podcast for today. Thank you so much. This has been the Whatever It Takes podcast.